Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's February 3rd. Let's throw together a recap of February 2nd and what happened last night and who the big winners were. Well, if you look at this lineup setup that I have here, I've added a few things into this today. Instead of just showing the players that would have comprised the best lineup possible on Draftkings last night, which is here, 83.2 points, I've also brought in some information to look at these players' rankings over the last 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, and since November. I started grabbing stats in this file on November 1st. So it's not quite the full season, but it's almost. So I wanted to see if there are any patterns in and basically which sample size to look at to be the best determinant when you're choosing your rosters every night. So first, let's start with the goalies. Go back in time. What happened last night was Pekka cleaned up. Pekka, Enrique, and Martin Jones were your big three. Pekka Rinne had a nice night with a big shutout. Took 31 shots. Lundqvist also had a really good night, which, I don't know, really wasn't that predictable for Lundqvist, I don't think. If we look back, he had a couple rough outings before. If we don't look at the first day, right, you can see this is kind of what it looked like over the last 20 days. These would have been your best picks. Miller really shite the bed last night. Rinne's up there, though, as you look at a sample that's greater than just a week or so. And Lundqvist was way down here. So, yeah, you really couldn't have predicted Lundqvist. So, Rinne was the guy to go with in net. Now, what about your players? So, a few things were pretty predictable in here, others weren't. Now look at the distribution of high-scoring players and teams. 3 guys from Dallas, 2 guys from Ottawa, 2 guys from St. Louis. San Jose also had a guy and some more guys that actually had some points last night. So let's look at, say, centers first, right? Tierney, boy, you would have been a Hawkstradamus if you had picked Chris Tierney, 4th-line player in San Jose. Throws up 9.5 points. I did not catch the game. How many goals did he score? He had 2 goals and 5 shots. What is going on there? Who would have thought, right? Well, good for him. He would have certainly helped your roster last night if you pulled that off. Stastny. Now, if we go back here and look at Stastny here, look at the distribution. The last 30 days, Stastny is in the top 40 ranked players. Not bad. Season long, not so much. And the last week, not so much. But 20, 30 days, yeah, you could see he's up there. And it was a good matchup last night for St. Louis. I think they were at home. Ottawa, Stone, Hoffman, all them. Hoffman, I don't think, made the top 9. Scheifele, of course, very predictable and expensive. He's not on my list for the optimal roster because he was a little too expensive, and I don't think you would have maximized your points with Scheifele last night. But he did throw up 9. Christian Dvorak. Really? Arizona. I knew there was going to be goals in that Arizona-Chicago game. And you can see that, let's zoom out a little bit here. You got your 2 auto guys here, San Jose, Dallas, Winnipeg, Dallas, St. Louis, San Jose, Dallas. There's your Chicago. Only Kane really makes the top list. More Ottawa, Hoffman, Turris. So you could have put together a nice roster. Looking at what won in the biggest tournament on DraftKings last night was a mixture of Ottawa and St. Louis. Steen, Turris, Hoffman, Stone, Carlson, Klingberg. That was your roster to have. So appropriate strategy oftentimes with hockey is to pick up a lot of guys on the same team, same line. If they have a big night, you get those goals and those assists together every time there's a goal, or at least 1 assist, maybe 2. Sometimes there aren't any assists, but there can be up to 2. So it's a good idea to pick guys on the same line, and it really exemplified itself well last night. So this is what would have won. What else I've added into this file is taking a look at everybody last night and ranking them by how many points they scored. And then looking at their 10-day, 20-day, 30-day, and the rank since November to see overall, like your top 50 guys that scored last night, the season numbers for that person since November, their average points since November, which is what the season means. 13 of those guys on the list, worst season guys. So it was basically the season stats were the best sample size to look at. Maybe that's intuitive, probably. 10-day, 20, 10-day, hardly any. Only 3 of these guys in the top. Let's see, 13, 9, 6. But like the top 30 guys, right? It's anybody who scored over 5 points. Yeah, it stopped it at McDonough, I think, or Wheeler. So of the top 30 guys, you really wanted to look at the season or the 30-day stats. The higher sample size that you're looking at, the larger sample size you're looking at across the season seems to be the way to go, which makes me think that I have been lending this file toward a recency bias when I do the videos, often showing, like the last couple weeks. That's probably not the best way to do this. You should probably be looking at it more like that. And of course, Eichel, Kucherov 3.5, Kane, yes. McDavid, no. Edmonton on the road did not happen. Nashville shut them out last night. Tarasenko, yeah. Carlson, yeah. Hoffman, yeah. Wheeler. Those Winnipeg guys have been putting up like 5 points a night at least lately. Look at the Winnipeg guys. This team has been doing great lately. Look at all this green. Ehlers, Little, they all have big nights. I'm sure there were some people that had Winnipeg, lit up a Winnipeg cash last night. So I'm going to adjust that going forward and really look at the entire sample for the season as we are analyzing this and see where people roll up to the top, because that seems to be a better gauge for picking winners. So these are the guys you wanted. Boy, did you want Tierney, and you also wanted Colton. If you could grab him, because he's not super cheap, but he's inexpensive especially compared to like Carlson, right? Who was 9% owned. So there's your ownership percentages on those guys. And hopefully I'll get another video done today. We'll see, but I will definitely post the file. If you're watching this or getting the link here from the Reddit thread, I'll post it here in the Reddit thread. And good luck, and may your players be scoring tonight on February 3rd.